Roll
Just
for
glad I have a
initiative.
big.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, we need to do our survival rolls too, guys. We need to do
Oh
our survival
no!
rolls
Is that
to
like
see
a
if we're going to
tradition
live
for
today.
Curse of Strahd?
Okay, I got 23. I'm good. I'm gonna live
18.
today.
I might live.
I'm gonna
Never
live
know the
today.
stacks, but
I'm
high
gonna live.
chances.
I normally never hear these, so this should be fun.
This is fucking what makes that his stream open.
Oh, you're trying to listen in.
To the recap? Yes. How dare I?
I was going to recap with you all today.
And I appreciate
Oh
that.
no, we did the recap ourselves.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Go.
Hey, remember that bugbear I was just talking about earlier, guys? Get ready for him in the next party. I gotta come up with a name, but he'll be here.
No.
Which honestly, all I'm saying is would fit pretty well with the setup or with the.
But I like Milo.
Well, now you're gonna instead of
He's
getting
an
a halfling,
anxious
you're gonna
little
get a.
man.
I don't know if anxious or just cautious. In a land of the dead and shadows, everyone else is like, yeah, let's just eat the food.
I mean, yeah.
Or starve.
What's that gonna do? Make me sick? I don't have to eat. I just eat the pie because it's delicious.
This is true. I don't think Kluger requires food.
I do not. I can eat if I want to. That being said, I'm still, I can still get addicted to things, such as
Shoving
delicious
in,
pie.
like, 20,000 pies.
I think I got limits. I'm still gotta.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know where the
stomach type
pie goes.
I don't know. I mean, look this up. I'm sure Google knows.
It just turns into rust.
Hmm.
I want to use my dice. My, potion dice. So, ladies and gents, welcome to the Judgy DM. I am your host, Dax, and today we are picking up with Chapter 6 of Curse of Strahd, which is our podcast D&D campaign session. That's why you get to hear all of our cool voices. Yes. So in the last episode, our heroes woke up at the tavern and, you know, pretty much got the fuck out of Dodge. They were, you know, shockingly given a ride by Lady St. Cloud to, what's the name? Let me pull up the map. Because I'm going to mess it up. Barovia map. Given a ride to Vallaki. Yes, because that is where Lady St. Cloud said that they could meet with Morgantha.
La 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 la. Yes.
Morgantha, la la la. And hopefully get a type of serum in order to cure Mazera of her potential vampirism.
Good old death.
They arrived at the village and town, I don't know, place. And everyone was more or less frantically getting ready for this festival that was supposed to be happening, I think, the next day or something. I don't know. I can't keep track. And after going around town, following a suspicious person that they thought was suspicious that wasn't really suspicious, don't be suspicious. And going into...
I mean, to be fair, you did kind of
into
throw
an
that out
alleyway.
there.
Correct. Huh?
You set that up like it was something. Don't fuck around like we just started following.
Listen, I fucking rewatched that shit yesterday, and you were like, yeah, this guy runs into it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Takes a couple steps back, and then runs off. It's just like, yeah, that's sus.
Okay, maybe super sus, but you know, it's how it happens in, you know, Barovia. People be like, you know, acting all weird and stuff. Right?
Right.
So, they went into this shop or whatnot and encountered this old man who was sleeping on the job. Interaction happened. He was able to tell them that Morgantha usually hangs out at the festival grounds, especially during these times. To which they went, encountered her, and through some announcements of dream pies, to which they were to give it back to the old man. She was able to give Mazera a vial, to which she said, take a drink before she goes to bed, another drink when she wakes up, and then down the rest of it at midnight the next day. So that's going to be on Mazera's mind, most likely. They eventually made their way back to... Oh, no. Before, when they dropped off the pie, the old man shared some of his with Klugel, to which Klugel found it very, very delicious. And
Not at all addicting.
got some temporary buffs. And then somehow Klugel got more pies. I can't remember. You got another pie.
He went back and bought
I
them.
bought some, and then there were more
nice.
in that other room with Milo's
Lord
friends.
North and
Yes,
the
there was a lot more. When they arrived at the tavern in Vallaki, they eventually came across Lord North and the other missing guards, and that was the whole thing. And then they were kind of shocked. Milo and Klugel, because they really wanted to encounter them, were shocked that they were eating just like a ravenous amount of pies. Meanwhile, while Zashida had tried some pie when they were all sitting down earlier, she excused herself out of the tavern, and she was encountered by Madame Eva, who kind of forewarned her about some things. I forgot what it was.
She warned her that the longer they stay, it's going to be harder for them to leave.
Yes, yes. The longer they stay in Barovia, the harder it will be to leave Barovia. To which is not very settling, and it seems that the longer that they stay, the more things seem to be happening that prevent them from being able to leave or do anything of that accord, because it all seems to like stack on top of each other with more and more problems. But anyways, they agree to figure out what they're going to do in the morning and kind of get a night's rest. So you all can take a long rest if you have not already. And you will find, regardless of whatever shifts y'all decided to take for, sleeping and whatnot, that towards maybe like 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning, it starts to like downpour rain. Just rain. So if it wasn't already dreary and droopy outside, it definitely is now. But you all awaken to this rain and the sound of like loud noises, like people setting up things outside. What would you like to do?
Well, the first thing Mazera is going to do is take her next drink of the potion.
Okay. So she's got that part checked off.
She's still like dead asleep.
It's the rain.
Yep.
Just double checking. My temporary pie hit points go away, correct? Because long rest.
Yes.
All right. I mean, I have to sleep less than these guys, so I probably would have taken the last watch or something. And, yeah,
Oh, okay.
I guess if we're planning on heading out, we should probably wake Sashida. So I look over to like Mazera and Milo. I'm like, should we wake her?
Roll a Constitution check, Zashida.
$11.
Okay. So if they try to wake you, it won't be a complete fright.
Milo walks over and kind of lightly shakes her awake.
And she kind of stirs. She looks a little groggy. And she kind of like looks up at Milo. Yes.
Oh, we gotta go.
That time already, huh?
Unfortunately.
And reluctantly, she kind of like rolls over, sits up, and stretches. She can hear the thunder and rain outside. Lovely weather we're having.
Yeah, I think this is actually the first times I've seen rain here. Not exactly what most would call a settling feeling, for sure.
Alright. And then Zashida kind of like looks over to Thala.
Not Thala, it's Mazera.
Mazera.
Girl,
Mazera.
sleeping good.
She's just like, Thala. Why did I say Thala? Mazera. Did you take the potion you were supposed to take?
Did.
Very good. Alright, well, where are we off to now?
You said Madame Eva came to you yesterday evening. Should we try to find her to get more help with the tarot cards?
That probably would be wise. And we should probably get to move on that as well.
After we speak with her, we should see if we could get a ride to St. Markovia in Kresh.
Lugal, are you going to be alright traveling in the rain?
Of course, why wouldn't I be?
Just curious.
Alright, well, I guess let's head off.
Can
No
I
time like the
have
present.
Everyone make a perception check.
12.
18.
17.
So
17.
for the most part, you all hear footsteps approaching your room, and then before long, there is a heavy knock, just like very rambunctious knock on the door.
Zashida goes to answer the door.
You open it, and there is a young maiden. She has like a single flower in her hair, and she's like, "Good morning, madam. I was informed to give you this," and she hands you an envelope, and then she makes her way off.
Wait, and the maiden obviously ran off, and she's like,
just like da 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 da.
Zashida closes the door, and she opens the letter.
In it, it says, "Greetings, fair patrons. You are invited to a wedding of great proportions. Bring whoever you would like and attend as you would like as well at the festival grounds."
So she's just like, a wedding invitation.
Wedding?
Apparently so. She hands the note over to Mazera.
And she's just looking it over.
It looks official. It's like adorned with like different squiggles and things that make it look like it's, you know, a wedding invitation more than just a regular invitation.
That's odd. We don't know anyone here, and we've received an invitation.
I think we're going to have to respectfully decline this invitation.
Mazera, can I have you make a perception check?
Okie dokie. And
You notice that as you like slightly turn the invitation to see if there's anything written on the back, that there is a seal that matches your cleric symbol back before you entered the mist.
Symbol. It's symbol of my deity.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Maybe we should attend this wedding. We're going to be at the festival grounds looking for Madame Eva anyway.
Sheeta sighs. If we must.
We'll
Because
make it
clearly,
quick.
what Madame Eva told her, it's obviously bugging her. So she's just like, we really need to go. gotta really go.
Well, hold on. I need to check on our other patrons.
Right.
Milo leaves the room and heads across the hall and taps on the door 3 times.
Not before long, the door opens up, and I always forget what their names are.
I gave them 2 most generic names,
Yeah.
and you are.
It's just like Ted and Bob,
Then
Bob and Ted.
Bob and Rob? I don't know.
Bob and Tom.
Bob and Tom. So Tom answers.
I'm gonna laugh when somebody goes back and they're gonna be like, "It's not at all what
That's
their
not
names are.
what
You
their
change your names
are
every
at
time."
all. It's a trend. They have really long names, and their names, correlate.
We just
with
can't be bothered.
every
We just can't be
generic name
bothered.
that is out there. But you know who we're talking about. It's Bob and Tom. So Tom answers the door, and he's like, "Good morning, Milo. How are you doing, sir?"
I'm doing fine.
He's like,
You
licking his
guys,
fingers.
He's doing what?
Licking his fingers.
I give him a look.
have you slept?
Yes.
What are you licking off your fingers?
Nothing, sir.
Quick question: is Klugel feeling hungry for said pies?
Yes. I mean, you
I
well
will
actually
be-
roll a Constitution save. You and Mazera.
Got it. 20.
Yep, you're definitely craving some pie.
Okay, I'm,
You mean
that's-
Zashida? Mazera
Yeah,
didn't eat
sorry,
the pie.
Zashida.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what's Constitution?
Yeah, saving.
Wait, you said a 20 is craving the pie?
Yeah.
It's backwards. That's fine.
21.
Oh my god.
All right, so
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if I'm craving the pie,
What?
the last place I,
thought
saw
wouldn't
pie was
lower beat losing?
Normally, but this
Oh,
is stream
fuck
pies.
off!
so
Fuck off, DM.
so
Eat a dick.
since
You
I know the
succeeded
last
on your
place,
save wanting to eat a pie.
since
You're
I know the
wanting
last place,
to eat pie. I mean, what more of a Constitution save is that?
so the last time I saw pie was in this room. So I see him heading out to like go check out his friends, and I kind of like trail a little bit. So as they're like talking, I'm like, "Hey, you got any pie left?"
You got
I
the
I
pie?
look over my shoulder at Klugel.
I back off. I'm just like, I'll wait.
I look back to Tom.
How many of those have you eaten this morning?
He's like counting, maybe 4 or
If
5.
he, as soon as he gets past 3, I stop him. Like I cut him off before. He's like 1, 2, 3.
Stop eating the pies.
But they're really good, sir. You should try some.
Milo takes his finger and jams into his chest.
That wasn't a suggestion.
Yes, sir.
We do not lick our fingers like commoners when answering the door. We do not, and when I say to stop doing something, that is not a suggestion. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
How many more do you have in the room?
There's, I think, 10 more over there.
Now, just so I'm clear, these pies, how big are these things? Are these like a little hand like a hand-sized pie, or is this like an actual no shit like you go to the store and buy an apple pie size thing?
It's a little smaller than a hand-sized pie. They're kind of...
Okay, like a pot pie size, I guess. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if this is like a no shit high tin pie, or I was gonna say god damn, man. All right.
I want you to bag those up, and you hand them to me. Neither you nor Bob will eat any more of them, and stop Lord North from eating them as well. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
And actually, can I? Shit. Oh, I can't remember. No, I used detect magic on them last time. If I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, when you first got there.
Okay, I would like to use detect poison or disease.
You do not detect any.
So there's no magic, nor poison, nor disease on these pies.
Nope.
I see you got all the pies. Mind if I grab one of those?
Yes, I do.
Saving them all for yourself?
Something like that.
Guess I'll have to go find what's her name.
Not poison, they're not magic. What the fuck? Okay.
They're delicious. That's what they are.
I
take him from his have you guys received anything since being here? Any mail? Anybody dropped anything off?
No, sir. Where are we supposed to be?
No, I'm just verifying something. We had, somebody drop some things off to us.
Disease or condition affecting the conditions can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Fuck. You're saying it's not poison. Fuck.
Well, if
Okay.
it's poison, we definitely won't be getting temporary hit points.
Well, I mean, it's poison to the mind kind of thing. It's not something could be in it that's affecting them mentally. Yeah.
They're just good bugs.
No, they're not. Oh, you're fucking creeping me out with this shit. All right. I'd take the pies.
Stay in the rooms. If you leave for whatever reason, find me, or at least leave a message with the front desk. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Get some water up here and eat something that's not a pie.
And then Milo kind of takes the pies that are just kind of bagged up and cinches it closed, and then walks out of the room.
As you're walking out, a pie hits you in the back of the head.
It hits me in the back of the head.
Yep.
Milo turns around. Who threw it?
Lord North is like, Milo, where are you taking all those pies?
He threw a pie at the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
away, sir. These are tainted.
Tainted? Are you getting me more pies then?
No, sir. I'm not getting you more pies. As I said, these are tainted.
But I just ruined a perfectly good pie throwing it at your head.
He stares at Lord North. Sir, based on everything that's happened, I'm going to ask that you trust me on this. And stop eating the pies.
Very well, I mean... If push comes to shove, I'll just go get some pies.
I think how I can stop this son of a bitch without physically killing him.
I mean, if you're high enough level, you can just kill him and revive him later.
Oh, good.
I mean, I got spare the dying, so I mean that is an option.
Knock him out.
Yeah, kinda. Alright. I just kind of ignore what he said and wipe the remaining bits of pie off the back of my head and kind of sling it onto the floor
Okay.
and then walk out of the room.
Lord, give me strength.
Gotta meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay.
These damn pies are going to be a problem.
He says as
You
he's walking back into the
suppose-
room with y'all.
You don't suppose we should eat them all then? Just get rid of them.
Upstairs is Zashida.
Yeah.
You feeling alright? You, feeling alright?
A little hungry, that's all.
I think they got some veg downstairs you can probably whip up for breakfast.
I mean, I'd be perfectly fine with one of the pies you've got there.
You know what? You're right. Why not?
I cast Purify Food and Drink.
Okay.
After casting it, I hand her one of the pies.
I'm just sitting here
there's-
like, what about me? Robot want pie?
I hand one to Klugel as well.
Yeah. Right. Start
Okay.
chowing down on the pie.
Yep, so does Sashida.
You
Does
find
it-
it doesn't have like the same taste as before. It's just like regular pie.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Yeah, these must be stale. They're better fresh.
I agree.
need fresh pie.
You're gonna have a
I ate like half
discussion,
of it, and I'm
Sax.
like,
We are gonna
ah.
have a discussion.
I'm like, I don't need to eat this pie. If anyone else wants it, they can have it. I've had my fill.
Yes, same.
Squish our halves together to make one full pie again.
Milo just kind of like makes note of that and then proceeds to leave with the 8 purified pies.
Are you going like downstairs when you leave?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go downstairs, there's a bunch of different people running around the tavern, grabbing things, just like in bit of a tizzy rush type deal. Oh, and those too. We need more bread. Fruit. Yes. Yes. Bring those. Bring it all. Bring everything. And they all like scurry off outside of the tavern into the rainy atmosphere.
So they seem like hurry, like they're trying to get out of here.
Hurry, like they're trying to get everything set up for something.
Oh, okay. So I'll just like meander over to a guy and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
The wedding! The wedding!
Oh, of course,
wedding,
yes,
man!
yes. Who's getting married again?
Oh, you don't know?
Nope.
Well, it's this cleric fellow and this really pretty lady. But you have to go.
Wait, like, am I? We're all within earshot, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you say their names were?
I don't know what their names are, sir.
Then why are you in such a tizzy?
Because it's the wedding of the century. I've been waiting for this my entire life.
You've been waiting for a wedding of the century where you don't know the bride or groom's name.
And he looks at you like dead-eyed. Yeah. What part of it didn't make sense?
Literally all of it.
Well, nonsense. Come on. Are you coming?
Oh gosh.
Dude, Milo's getting just like, I understand Milo is now like the paranoid, but like getting bad vibes every which way right now.
This is rather strange. I think these people just really enjoy weddings.
Milo looks at you and is just like, I think there's a lot more to this than just that. God.
The guy looks kind of fidgety. Are you coming? Or what's happening?
We did receive an invitation.
Awesome, so I'll see you there. You and you and you and you.
Yes.
You're a tall fella.
I guess. How is this guy just like normal humanoid sized?
He is, yeah. But he's kind of
Oh.
like on the shorter of the human size.
Oh, okay. Yes. I guess I am. Yep.
But he's antsy, because y'all are just like,
I mean, he can leave. I'm not stopping
Yeah,
him.
we're waiting for him to move.
oh. When he realizes y'all don't have anything else to say, he just like darts out.
Best to make this quick. Let's get something to eat and try to figure out what's going on here.
Agreed.
Milo gets just some of like the bread from there. Like he's not really trusting much in this place.
Sorry if it's a bit stale, sir. They, kind of ransacked the place.
Yeah, it's no problem. Got any ale at the ready?
Yes, just a moment. And he goes off, gets it from the, keg, and comes back. Here you go.
Obliged. I take it and kind of sit down at a table. I begin dipping the stale bread into the ale.
He looks at you slightly peculiar, but then goes back to, like, literally anything else.
I guess we all eat breakfast in one shape or another.
Yeah.
Of course you guys do. I'm just hanging out.
I guess we head out to the fucking fairground.
Okay, without much effort, you find your way back to the fairground. The town is, like, big, but it's not big enough to where you could get lost in its structure, more or less. And you didn't really, explore all of the town, so you only really kind of know that area in the first place. But yeah, you all make it back to the fairgrounds, and you see it's, like, half festival setup and half wedding setup. And the two interminglings are like vastly clashing with one another. Like, it's like a dumpster baby on fire. Because you have on one side, like, all these flowers and ribbons and things, and it's raining, so it's all, like, droopy and weird. And then on the other side, you have, like, stands of people, like, selling stuff, and then, like, another, like, stage area. It's weird. It's just, it's a lot going on right now.
Should we see if we can find Madame Eva first?
Yes, we should probably do that.
For those that are trying, roll a perception check.
– 14.
7.
6.
21.
Mazerat and Sachita, there's a lot going on right now, so y'all can really, like, see like you would like to. Like, every time you're trying to focus on someone that looks like Madame Eva, somebody else just out of nowhere will just run and do something, like, really weird to catch your attention, and then you're back to scanning for Madame Eva. Milo, on the other hand, he's kind of like crowd watching from afar, not really like...
He is very much not about this life and is just trying to get the fuck out of here.
And you see someone that, like, fits her description, like, off in the distance.
I gesture towards I let the rest of the group know where I see her. Is that her?
Only one way to find out. Let's go check.
Alright. Begin walking towards her.
Yep, I follow.
As y'all are walking over, some random kid, like, runs up to you. He's like, "These flowers, for you two." And he hands them to Klugel and Milo.
I take one.
And then he
Okay. I was not going to take the flower, but okay.
I
What
smell the
kind of flower is this?
just like a chrysanthemum. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
I'm
Does it
gonna
smell
roll a
good?
nature check to see if I know what it is.
Is it just a flower, or is it like a bouquet thing?
No, it's just like a single flower, like he picked it.
13.
Yeah, it's a chrysanthemum.
Does it smell good?
Do you have senses like that? Yeah. It's
I do. I'm humanoid still. Ugh. Take it smells like a chrysanthemum.
mm-hmm.
Alright.
I mean, a chrysanthemum wet in the rain.
I'm not. Yeah, it's a flower. Just hold on to it, I guess.
I hand mine to Klugel as well. Here, you wanna?
No, I'm like holding one in each hand awkwardly, and I just kind of like hand one off to Zashida.
Oh, thank you.
I'm keeping the other one.
This one's mine.
We keep moving forward.
Okay. Eventually, you make your way over to Madame Eva, and she's just standing there, just looking at the chaos, more or less.
Madame Eva?
Yes. Oh, it's you.
You're, wonder if you might be able to shed a bit more light on some of these tarot cards.
What do you mean?
More of, I kind of look at Mesler and Zashida and Klugel, like, I guess more of a finite direction.
They don't exactly work like that, my dear. I tell you what, these readings, I do them for everyone that comes to Barovia. and it's kind of open for them to interpret as they will.
Hmm.
So
So
what you're
there's-
telling us is you can't help us in regards to the cards.
No more than the initial reading I gave you.
Right. Sushita seems a little annoyed.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Is there any particular order that we need to do this with the card, Madam Eva?
No. You can do them in any... Well, I stand corrected. The Strahd card is last. However, any of the other cards can be done in any order that is convenient to you, or not convenient, depending on how you would like to interpret it.
I see. Alright,
Actually,
then.
I do have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's getting married here today?
From what I hear, it's a cleric and some maiden from afar.
So does no one in this town actually know who's getting married?
Not that I'm aware.
Then why is this the wedding of the century if no one knows the bride or groom?
You look like the logical sort of thinker.
There's like a vein in Milo's forehead right now where it's just he is getting more and more frustrated the more that this goes on. Because he's like, none of this is making any sense to him, and it's really just starting to fuck with him.
Yeah, you could say I'm a logical thinker.
Barovia isn't exactly a logical place. Nothing has much of a rhyme or reason. And just when you think you have it all figured out, Barovia proves you wrong. My suggestion is not to really take these matters into too much consideration. They just happen as they happen.
Well, perhaps we should get going then, since there's nothing more here to be done.
Right. Might I suggest we should probably look for a carriage?
Well, we came in with Lady St. Cloud.
Yes, but I doubt she's still here.
Just take a...
Wait, she wouldn't be the maiden, right?
I don't know.
That'd be, I can't. Never mind.
Oh,
He
let's-
just he rubs his head.
Just, never mind. I'm sorry. That's preposterous.
Oh, let's take a quick peek in on this wedding because perhaps the cleric is somebody I know.
Alright.
Alright. Guess it can't hurt to stick around a bit longer before we leave.
We'll make it quick.
Alright, well, I guess they're going to be
Sounds good to
attending this
me.
wedding.
So you all leave Madam Eva there, and you make your way back to the other side of the fairgrounds where the wedding part is set up, and everyone's like ushering themselves in, sitting down in wet seats. It's a very peculiar situation going on. No one really has umbrellas. I don't know if umbrellas exist. But yeah, they're all sitting there in the rain, watching as things start to get slowly set up.
Shall we take a seat, or are we going to look around?
Just want to see if I know who the groom might be.
Roll a perception check with advantage, Mazar. Technically, you would know the person.
19.
You do recognize, in the first row, there's a bunch of clerics that fit the description of the clerics that are in, like your chantry back.
So I know them.
Yeah. And they're just all, half of them are on one side, and then the other half on the other side. No.
Know those clerics.
You do.
Yes.
Why are they here?
I don't know. They went missing and the fog came.
Perhaps we should go say hello?
Suppose we could, but we have get going too. I don't really
Well-
want to spend too much time on this.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe we'll find out the mystery bride and groom of this wedding of the century that no one seems to know about.
Suppose we can say hello real quick. And Mazura approaches the clerics.
Okay.
Excuse me.
As you get up close, the one, I guess, closest to you, like, looks over and he's like, "Ah, Mazura! Ah, funny running into you here." And he, like, gets up. Did you come for the wedding?
I did receive an invitation.
Oh,
It's getting married.
It is, and, he looks over towards the kind of, like, ceremony stage. It's Frankfurt. You would recognize Frankfurt as being one of the clerics, in, your grouping. And he's kind of like the one
Right.
that's missing out of the people that's present.
Getting married.
Yes, yes. To a very lovely lass.
Milo kind of leans over to Zashida.
Do clerics normally get married?
I wouldn't know.
How did you all get here?
Good question. We kind of just, arrived.
And Frankfurt just met a woman and decided to get married?
Yes, he was rather, adamant about it.
Cleric getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing? Looks at Mazura.
It's not very common that I'm aware of.
Kind of thought you guys devoted your lives to the worship of a deity, so having a significant other kind of seems like it'd be a little conflict of interest. But your buddy Frank, who is this girl that he met?
And his mind kind of, like, trails off.
Like the Milo is doing everything he can not to break this dude's face right now.
For
You
what?
mean
What
to
did he
tell
do?
me?
You're saying his mind, like his mind's about to go blank, like he's about to say, "I don't know," and I'm waiting for it. Like Milo's jaw is just clenched right now. He is waiting for that answer. He's waiting for the
and-
response.
Zashida kind of places her hand on Milo's shoulder. Daddy.
His jaw's clenched, but he's waiting to hear the answer.
Sheeta's ready to stop him if he tries anything.
A lady that he met at the tavern back there. Just yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
You don't know this
No.
woman's name?
No.
Let me get this straight.
What did she look like?
She had long hair. Kind of pale skin.
Oh dear.
But,
Are you fucking kidding me?
sorry?
Nothing.
No. You mean to
Milo,
tell me
leave it. Drop it.
He like shrugs his shoulder.
Like, you mean to tell me that one of your members of your order is getting married to a woman he met yesterday? You don't know her name, and the best description you have is pale with long hair.
That's correct.
What deity do you serve?
What deity do y'all serve, Mazra?
I believe it's pronounced Seth.
Dayansa? Yeah, he says that. Are you a follower?
How many people are in your order?
And he just like counts. Well, everyone here in Frankfurt and Mazra.
Who's your head cleric?
Normally it's
Swear to
Frankfurt,
God, if it's Frankfurt.
but I think it goes to Mazra if he decides to get married.
Dear.
Milo is just
So your head cleric would be giving up his position if married, and he decides to give up his head position, get married to a woman he met at a tavern yesterday.
Those are all true statements, yes.
Milo just turns and starts walking away. He walks away before he ends up doing some shit that's gonna cause initiative rolls. He doesn't like storm all the way off. He just kind of he moves about 30 feet away. He moves like 30 feet away just to like get some breathing space. Be like, I'm gonna fucking hit him. Gonna hit him. I'm about to fucking level 2. I'm about to fucking second spell slap divine spider's ass. I don't even care. I don't even care if I gotta fight the whole village. I'll die.
So Sheeta kind of leans over to Mazra. I think Barovia's starting to get to Milo.
I think perhaps we should head out now.
Agreed. Come on, Klugel. We should get going.
Before you guys storm away, Milo storms back up.
Oh no.
Where is the bride?
She's
Milo.
off in her carriage.
Where?
And he points to the carriage.
Milo, it's not our
The
business.
carriage that he pointed to, do we recognize the carriage?
No, it's just like a stationary carriage, like a changing room carriage.
Okay, so it's not the one that we rode into town on.
No.
Okay, just I had to put that to bed. All right, I thought maybe that was what was happening here. I had to finish that thought.
I mean, it could
thought.
be, but you know.
He looks the. What was this cleric's name?
Frankfurt.
Frank.
Frank was the one who was getting married.
Mazra recognized him as Jothry.
Do you spell that?
Jothry. Jothr.
Okay.
He kind of looks him up and down for a second, just shaking his head before walking towards the carriage.
Okay.
What is Milo doing?
Milo looks like a crazy little man.
Oh yeah. Oh, this halfling is on a fucking warpath right now, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
As you approach, there's like one tall, slender man standing out. Not slender man, actually.
Creepy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Not the slender man, a
fellow
man of
standing
slender.
outside
Yes.
of the. Last thing you'll need is for
Shishida,
slender
as
man.
Milo is walking, Shishida is trying to talk Milo out of like, Milo, we need to get moving. We can't waste any more time. This is not our business.
Hold on. Just let me. I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm not gonna start a fight.
Milo,
Just
you're
that
not.
I'm merely asking questions.
Milo.
I walk up to the slender man. Sir, if I may take a moment of your time.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Milo. I'm here with the groomsmen's party. One of their followers of their orders with me. If you can see over there,
And he kind of gestures back behind him. I don't know if Mesra followed or not, but like he just
He
kind of
did.
gestures back over to the party.
Now, I just want to make sure the bride is doing well. I know it's day of the wedding. Many brides can get a little cold feet.
She's doing fine. Why?
You know, like I said, there's people getting cold feet, the hustle and bustle. You know. Have you heard what people are calling this wedding?
The wedding of the century.
Exactly, and that's why I think some people might get a little scared of what's happening. But mostly, I just want to ask, what is this bride's name? So that way we can make sure that all of the monogrammed basket or
What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for?
Uh,
It's like gifts, like things you would get like door prize, not door prize. You get for showing up to an event. It's like when you go to if you go to like the NPOY, they give you like a cup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
for all the complimentary accoutrements, we want to make sure that we spell the names correctly on it. We have Frank's name, but obviously we want to make sure we spell his soon-to-be bride's or soon-to-be wife's name correctly as well.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm with the groom's party.
Follower of, and I'd say the deity's name that Ezra said. I'm so sorry, I did not catch the name that you said.
It's Diane Seth.
Follower of Diane Seth.
Then why are you dressed like that?
Well, I'm one of the protectors. Kind of like we have they lead the worship. We stop the things from messing up the worship. You know how it goes. More of a security detail.
Yes. Yes.
What is the bride's name, sir?
And he kind of like looks at you. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir.
What for, if I may be so bold asking, sir?
You seem to be causing quite the ruckus, and the wedding should be starting soon. If you would like to know who the bride is, I suggest attending or being on your merry way.
God, I wish I had command prepared. I wish I had taken the time to. Then they're really fucking.
Milo, I think we should get going.
Milo's a crazy man.
Wedding's starting.
Milo just puts on a smile.
Well, all right. Well, you have yourself a lovely day, sir. Best of luck handing off the bride.
You all as well.
Milo just walks away.
Sheeta kind of gives the guy like a nod, like "see ya," and leaves.
Should we stay to see who the bride is, or should we just head out? Because I know we can't afford to waste too much time.
I say we should probably get going.
I'm kind of into this now. You know, it's a nice scene, and I really want to know who the bride is.
Okay, but may
I
I
mean, I can
remind
only
you all, we're
assume
all on a
vampire.
time limit.
I mean, maybe. I guess we can go. We can figure it out later.
What do you think, Milo?
Roll a perception check.
Like, everybody?
Yeah.
9.
20.
What was Klugel's?
What were we rolling again? Sorry, I'm
Perception, sorry.
perception. A 2.
So
I'm blind.
Mazer, you're able to recognize the playing of one of your cleric hymnals, and you look over to where everybody is positioned at the wedding area, and they're all like seated, and it looks like the wedding's starting.
Looks like the wedding's starting, so if we wanted to see the bride, now might be the time to do it.
Milo just crosses his arms and stares at the stage, or at the, like, where, like, essentially staring at the carriage. Just, like, waiting to see, like, who the hell this lady is.
And Zashita's just keeping an eye on Milo.
So I guess, eventually, you can hear them like rattling off in like murmurs, blah 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 blah. We're gathered here today, blah blah blah. Well, not yet, but you know. And eventually, the door to the carriage opens up, and a woman in white garb and lace steps out of the carriage, and the slender fellow takes her hand, helps her down, and her dress like trails into the carriage as they begin to like walk towards the back part so that they can walk down the aisle.
Do any of us recognize her?
Her face is currently covered by her veil, so you can't really see.
Good. Milo kind of continues to stare, kind of running through in his head like possibilities of who the person might be or what might be happening. Suspecting foul play, needless to say.
I'm gonna be trying to compare this person to they're the person we saw in the basement that was all vampire-y and such. I'm like,
Do another perception check. I feel like
Oh boy, I'm
Google
good
wants
at
to do
these.
things, but then
20, nat 20.
Nice. You don't get like her posture doesn't seem like she's cowering from anything like the other guy was.
So I'm just like, oh, not a spawn from what I can tell, or at least a very well hidden one. Interesting. Takes note on shield.
I guess we're watching the wedding.
Yeah,
next.
we're waiting to see.
Can't
Yeah,
leave
we're
now. They might have
Okay.
I
pie.
say I'm just waiting to hear, like, we're gathered here to. I'm waiting to hear the names.
Okay. So they make their way up, and are y'all standing at the carriage still, or are you making your way back?
We backed away a bit. Like, we're not like at the carriage because fucking Slender Man was being all.
I'm pretty
fucking
sure
weird
we're
about it.
in an area where we can see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see what's going on, but we're not like in the mix. Or, like, we're not like in the center of the crowd or anything like that. We're kind of outskirts.
Okay. So the bride makes her way up to the groom. They're standing there. The ceremony official is also in front of them. And he's like, "Dearly beloveds, we are gathered here today to join the union between Frankfurt and, Madam, are you okay?" And he, like, looks at her for what feels like forever. And you watch as
You are
the woman passes out, and Frankfurt goes to, like, catch her to make sure she doesn't touch the ground. And can I have everyone roll for initiative?
Oh.
Score! I'm ready.
Oh no! 9.
I hate everything about this.
3.
6.
3.
I knew we shouldn't have stayed. I said we needed to get out.
Maybe I wanted a fight. I gotta say.
No, you did not.
Of course I did. This was my plan all along.
Right.
And you all watch as if something out of the worst horror film you've ever seen in your life. And it starts out small. So, one after another, the drops of rain start to turn red. And you watch as pitter-patters of blood begin to fill the sky. And soon this pouring of red just starts to land on top of everyone. And the, what's his name? Not the priest, well, the guy that's doing the ceremony is, like, still looking at the
Pastor?
woman. And you watch as Frankfurt and the other clerics begin to glow with this, like, green, misty, ethereal energy. And then all of them seem to, like, die off. And by die off, you watch as their skin turns pale and their bone structure turns to actual bone. Their faces kind of, like, melt away in this mixture of blood rain and the scene that's kind of, like, evolving thus far. And you watch as all these clerics are just, like, skeletal versions of themselves. And the crowd kind of, like, is standing there awkwardly but not moving.
So, as I'm seeing this, would I have a chance to maybe cast something like, yeah, this looks like we're gonna be fighting?
Nope, because it kind of happens, like, out of the blue.
Just thought I'd ask. Just thought I'd ask.
The I'll just call him the priest. The priest looks over at the groups of you, and he kind of like points his finger. You all did this by being here.
Excuse me?
And you watch
Wait, who said that?
the priest, the guy that's officiating the wedding.
Tashida pulls out her staff. Get ready.
He looked at us and said that, by the way? Just want to make sure.
I look to the group and I'm like, what did you guys do?
It doesn't matter what we did. We're in for a fight.
They invited us. Why the hell is it on us?
I actually do have the invitation, right? One sec. Anyway.
Tashida's just like,
Milo has a shield. Milo has his shield out and his hammer.
Oh, okay.
Azra is feeling absolutely horrified after witnessing that happen to her fellow clerics, but she's ready to fight.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, so you watch as the priest's figure also begins to rapidly change. His once white robes are now dyed in this like red drippings from the blood rain, and his hands kind of like elongate a bit, and his face like horribly fades into like this grotesque skullish type look, and he casts let's see what's the distance on that. A spell at the grouping of you, and I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
it's a 9. Again.
Oof.
5.
So this wouldn't by chance be for like a poison or something, would it?
No.
It's
20.
I got a solid 7.
Um,
I'm gonna use one of my re-rolly
I
things.
do have suspense music.
I'm gonna use one of my re-rolly things to redo that one real quick. Well, I suppose a 10 is better. 3 and 3 those. All right.
So it looks like Milo's the only one that passes. Okay, well, let's do this real quick. Everyone but Milo takes 5 points of necrotic. No. Milo takes 5 points of necrotic because he saved. And then everyone else takes 10. As this vile energy like erupts out of his fingertips and crackles over to you. It like erupts out of the ground, causing it to disperse. And you watch as this sickening green energy hits into the 4 of you as you suffer from this necrotic type attack. And then that's the end of actually, yeah, he's too far away from all of you right now, so that would be the end of his turn. So far, he seems to be the only assailant. However, everyone else present hasn't moved. They're just like kind of like frozen in their state. The clerics are just standing there in their like skeletal forms, but they're like looking at the stage still as if it's still like supposed to be going on. And then Frankfurt is in his position and he's just holding on to his bride to be.
So let me just. So Frank and the bride are both look normal right now, but are kind of like frozen.
No, Frank
Along.
also turned into like the skeletal version. The bride.
Okay, so all the
can't
so all the
really tell if
clerics are skeletons.
Yeah.
The girl, we're not sure, but whatever. And then how many people are in attendance right now? Like how many people are frozen? Like, give me a ballpark.
Maybe 30 people.
Okay, and then how far away is the preacher, or whatever you want to call him?
From y'all, he's about 20 feet.
20 feet. And then all the skeleton clerics are about, what, 5?
They're also
Like
20
what?
feet, but they're about 15 feet in front of him, so depending on which direction you kind of go from your position.
Okay. So, alright. Need to work on it. I don't need a full battle map, but I just need a layout. Jesus Christ. Trying to picture, like, trying to keep this shit straight in my head is not easy. Okay. Like I said, I don't need a full battle map. Just like I'll take a blank grid with just
well,
the
if you were
tokens.
fighting more than one enemy, I would,
At this point, I don't know if we're fighting more than one enemy. You said it this time. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Top of the order after him, it would be Zashida.
Alright, well, let me see here.
And then between Milo and Mazra, what are your dex scores? Because you both rolled it. Wait, no. Mazra, did you roll a 3? Did you have any add-ons to that? For your initiative?
For my initiative, it's +1.
Okay, then you're in front of Milo. Never mind. Zashida.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Call Lightning
Okay.
at 3rd level. So Zashida holds up her hand to the sky and she starts chanting something as these clouds get darker and lightning strikes and you hear the clap of thunder. And she's going to try to hit the priest with the lightning.
Okay.
And he needs to make a dex saving throw of 14.
15.
Okay, so half of whatever this thing's gonna be. So half of 15.
So 7. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay.
And that should do it.
And next up is Klugel.
All right. How close can I get to this person who is bad?
You'll be able to get to roughly 10 feet. I would need you to make a slight athletics or acrobatics, whichever, to get onto the stage if you want to get closer than 10 feet.
Let's do it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go within 10 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Lightning Lure on him to try to just bring him to me. Let's
Okay.
make this easy. It's a DC 15.
Got it.
Strength save.
Not nat 20.
Well, that means that nothing happens. Hooray! I'll get there next turn. I'm gonna use my defensive field to give me 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And that is it.
Sweet. Next up is Mazra.
Okay, about how far is he from me?
He is the 20 feet as well.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame. He needs to make a dexterity save of 14.
17.
Okay, so he takes half damage then, I think.
Sacred Flame. No, he takes no damage.
Okay, he takes no damage then. That'll end my turn.
Oh no. Milo.
Milo just closes the gap.
Can I make you make a athletics check
Athletics check.
or acrobatics, whichever.
Nat 20 for a 22.
Yeah, you can make it up too.
Okay. So I close the gap. Down this. Would it take me an action to look at the bride from here?
Yes, because she's kind of around the pew podium thingy.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to hit him with the hammer.
Hammer time.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to like swoop around behind him. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit him with the hammer.
Okay.
A 21 to hit.
That hits.
And I'll roll damage for the first one. 9 points of damage on the first hit. Then on the second, a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And then that one will be 10 points, a total of 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And do I want to smite? Doth thou wish to smite?
Might a bitch.
Kind of thinking about just smiting a bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna smite at first level. With on one of those hits, I'll use divine smite. Which is gonna be 2d8. Is he a fiend or undead?
Yes. However, you are noticing on those hits that he's kind of like leaning off of him a bit, so they're not hitting as hard as you might think.
These are silvered weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. Let him smiting then. Bringeth down the smite. Alright, so that is... Let me just double check. Yeah, so it should be 3d8. Yeah, 2d8 plus another d8 for Fiend. I'm doing it first level. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. And that is 11 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
So, what was that? 19 points of bludgeoning and then 11 points of radiant.
Oh, okay.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay, and let's see. His turn starts at the top. He is going to. That's what I want. Let's see. Okay. he is going to. Okay, so he's gonna look at you, Milo, and his eyes are gonna kind of glow green a bit. And he is going to cast Blight on you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. It should be. Okay, 18 or higher.
Okay. What does Blight do exactly?
A lot of bad necrotic damage.
So it's not a disease, it's a necrotic thing?
Yeah.
13.
Okay. Buy all the dice, they said. It'll be great, they said. You take a total of 21 points of necrotic damage as this necromantic energy washes over like your person, and it's kind of like draining you of your vitality a bit. Okay. It doesn't do anything else, I don't think, right now. And then next up is Sashidoken. So you watch as Milo rushes in, he whacks him with his weapon, and then he goes to smite him, and then this priest, question mark, retaliates by doing a very devastating, like, necrotic attack that's slightly different than the one he cast on y'all earlier.
Are you all right, Milo?
I'm fine. Can kill this thing. Ugh.
Right. She's gonna hit him with lightning again. Dex save of
Discover Bill.
14.
Okay. That is a 5. So, nope.
17 damage.
Okay.
As another bolt of lightning, she calls from the freaking sky, zapping him.
Sick. Okay. Anything else on your turn? Boo this guy.
Hold on.
What?
Okay, yeah, that
Oh, nice. Yeah, it doesn't let it doesn't notify me. I would have to go in. But thanks, Zero. I didn't. It doesn't give me a notification. That's why it's not showing. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
but yeah, that's gonna end my turn because I don't think I could wild shape and be able to hold my spell
Okay.
just yet.
Okay, dokes.
Not in my level skills yet.
What's next? Klugel, you are about 10 feet from this priest.
I would like to be 0 feet from quote unquote priest.
Make a acrobatics check. Or sorry,
12.
if
athletics -1,
athletics
so
just
11.
gives you better.
Oh no, acrobatics are definitely better. I'm not
Oh,
strong.
okay, sorry.
I do magic.
So
But yeah, 12.
Klugel like stuntily jumps up onto the stage. I'm guessing you're closing the gap on the other side to get to this lich.
Correct.
Okay.
And he's gonna get punched a couple times with my magical fist.
Okay. He's currently engaged with Milo, so you can roll with advantage.
All right, punch number 1, 22 to hit
That hits.
for 9 damage.
Okay.
Punch number 2, 14. Eek, much worse.
These are
That's
all just
yeah, that's with
bludgeoning, right?
Thunder damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thunder fists. No, if these are bludgeoning, I would have much lower rolls. I'd be sad. But does a 14 hit?
That's what she's.
I take it a 14 does not hit.
No. Sorry.
Okay, so just the flat 9 damage.
Okay. These thundery fists go into the lich. He's able to dodge the second barrage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes it is.
Oh,
So
good.
he just looks back to me to dodge. I'm just like, oh hi.
Mazer out.
I think she's going to cast Guiding Bolt at first level.
Okay.
17.
That hits.
Takes 14 damage.
Okie dokes.
And that'll end her turn.
Then Milo's up.
Milo is. God damn it. I don't know if that'd be a good move here. Fuck it, when in doubt. We're gonna. You said when I hit him with the hammer, it seemed like he was. Didn't seem like it phased him, right?
Yeah, not to the same extent as when you normally hit people with hammers.
Oh, god damn it. DM, just for future reference, I fucked up on the initial attack
Mm-hmm.
where I took half damage for the save. I should have taken no damage on that due to the shield mastery evasion. If an effect allows half damage on a success, you can use your reaction to take no damage.
Read your character sheets, folks. Yeah, that's fine.
So am I good to add those 5 points back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna need them.
What don't look? I know I rolled like a 3 on my survival check at the beginning of the game, but come on now.
3 on yours. Ooh. Reminded me about.
I'm gonna use my. Nah, we're just gonna hit him. Just gonna hit him. We use the warhammer. First swing is gonna be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That's going to do 4 points of damage.
Okay. What kind of damage?
It is bludgeoning with a magical weapon.
Sorry. Yeah, you can keep going. Sorry. I'm doing something.
One on the D20 attack was bludgeon. Okay. And then the second swing is going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And then we'll be doing 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And we will be smiting on the second swing. We're going to go ahead and use this one at second level. So that it will be 48. Fourteen points of radiant damage.
Nice.
And I believe that will do it. Would I have had advantage on those attack rolls since I'm flanking with Klugel?
No, because Klugel is currently doing the flanking, and he was last engaged with you. So depending on who he attacks next determines. Did you have a bonus action or anything?
No.
Okay, back at the top for him. He is going to. He's gonna reach out to touch you, Klugel.
Got it.
And does a 23 hit?
It does, just barely. Makes it to break it.
Or Klugel.
Or Klugel.
You are going to take 18 points of cold damage,
It's really
and
cold.
I need you to make a Constitution save of 18 or higher.
I'm going to force advantage on that one to roll again, because that
Okay.
was a crit fail. 23, that's better.
Okay.
Okay, let me remove one of those. Boop. Hooray for extra dice rolls. So 23. Does anything bad happen still?
No.
All right.
Okay.
And
then-
I will, however, use... That wouldn't be too helpful right now. Never mind.
Okay. He is going to Misty Step to behind Zashida and Mazura. And I need both of you to make a, let's see, wisdom save.
21.
Okay.
22 with my +3.
Okay. So you both save. So this is only... You only take 11 points of acid damage as you see as the blood.
How many?
11. Of acid damage that you see as the blood on your clothing from the sky that's raining kind of like turns into an acidic, bubbly blood on your clothing. And it starts to like burn at your skin pretty much.
Does that mean I lose my concentration on my Call Lightning?
I need you to make a Constitution save to see if you can keep it up.
That's a negative. So, yeah, Shishida is startled by this lich coming in from behind her, and all of a sudden getting burned. And the Call Lightning disappears.
Okay. And as the blood rain continues to pour down on you, you just see like the sickening grin on his skeletal face. Zashida, it's your turn. He is in 5 feet melee range of you, just so you know. So if you use any spells or anything, it's going to be a disadvantage.
Okay. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on this dude.
Okay.
And so any attack roll against an affected creature object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. Dex save of 14. Well, hold on. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Does that mean
So...
Or is
Huh?
Do you select who?
It doesn't... It just says any creature in the area where the spell is cast.
Okay. So is it Mazera and...
Oh, wait. Would
This
the
priest.
Lich have advantage on Mazera then if she's outlined?
Yeah, if she fails.
Oh, that's probably not a good idea then.
Do you not want to cast it?
Probably not.
It's like, oh, I'm going to do this thing with advantage, but wait!
I
Never
don't want to
mind.
get it. Okay, so yeah, Zashida's pissed that. Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna cast Entangle. Wait. God damn it! No, it's also 20 feet. God damn it. I'm gonna thunderclap this bitch.
Okay.
Con save 14.
Got me. I was like, what is happening? What am I doing?
Attempts are being made.
I'm trying, because I don't want to hit Mazera.
That's 14.
Yeah.
Flat? Is that like a make to break or? I mean, sorry.
Um,
Does anything happen if I make it?
I don't know. It just says you create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay. So it's one of those make it, save it. Bonus action. From what I remember, you lost concentration on the thing, so you're not concentrating on anything.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Let me see. Good old. I'm gonna turn to a dire wolf, I think.
Okay.
So she's getting pissed that this acid rain's burning her, and so she just gets on all fours and she sprouts fur and fangs, and she's ready to go. As this big ass wolf is standing between the Lich and Mazera, growling, teeth bared, eyes locked on.
Okay, so you turn into this vicious dire wolf, and you like start growling down at this priest. Mazurek, have you make a perception check?
Okay. It's a 4.
Oof. I'll say Mazurek's preoccupied. Klugel. It's your go. You watch as this priest touches you, tries to do something, hits you with some cold damage, and then like vanishes behind the girls. About I guess 20 feet, because he would have went on the other side. 20 feet away from you.
All right, so I want to be near him. Can I get near him?
Yes. You you could just jump down. You don't have to jump up. So,
All right.
and it's like
Well.
5 feet. So.
Prepare his booty. I'm gonna punch him. Oh, this guy really likes getting hit in the back from me because I'm punching him in the back again. 25
That hits.
for 11 thunder damage. And then 17
17 just hit.
for 10 thunder damage. So a total of 21.
21.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my defensive field again to give me 5 more temporary hit points because this guy hurts.
Okay.
And that's my turn. And say hi. Hi, Zashida. Nice wolf. It's a free action to wave, I'm sure.
With her paw? Or you
No,
wave?
Pardon me, I'm waving. Anyway.
Mazera, you are next. And as part of your turn, can I have you make another perception check?
Okay.
Please make this perception check.
14.
Okay. Through careful analysis, and by studying like his structure, you're able to tell that this priest isn't really a priest; it's a lich. But yeah, you can
Lay gasp.
lay goose.
Alright.
Welcome to the dumpster fire, Lottie.
So he's within 5 feet of me,
Yeah, he's literally like hovering.
and using spells I'd be at disadvantage, so I'm just gonna smack him with my staff.
Okay. Pull the old air of watch out. Oh, does that have a? Please tell me that has a bonus.
It's a +4.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay. The 4 + 1, so 5 damage.
Okay. And anything else?
Nope, that'll end my turn.
Okay, dokes. Going up is Milo. You watch again as this lich kind of like dissolves in front of you and reappears behind the females. What would you like to do? And you
You
watch as
sexist bastard.
Klugel darts off. What are you talking about? He whopped all y'all just equal whops. He spread the whops.
My silver warhammer counts as a magical weapon, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was just making sure because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this is a lich. No, in my luck, it's got some BS immunities.
But does he have DM immunity?
If it has DM, never mind. I'm not getting into it. He's how far away from me? He's 20 or 25?
Just 20. Well, now that everyone's kind of like around him, a little bit more. About 30 if you're actually trying to engage into him.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take a second. I'm gonna close the gap a little bit. I'm gonna get off the stage. So I'll move like about 5 feet closer. And then I will use lay on hands on myself. And then I'm going to give myself 15 hit points back.
Okay.
Make sure I pull that up before I forget about it. And then as a bonus action, I got nothing. Alright, so yeah, that'll be... actually, wait. Okay, I don't have a bonus action spell in it. No, I don't. Okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. So it's top of his turn. Can I have you all make another wisdom check?
Wisdom check?
Or wisdom saving throw, sorry.
18. And I'm not even wise.
25.
16.
I was about to cry if you were gonna say 6.
9.
I got a
I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
Don't forget about your rerolls. Does somebody need
Nope.
it?
I can only re-roll on a 1. I rolled a 2.
No. I do the Emporium. Is it the Emporium point for a reroll?
Well, those expire after the first
Yeah,
session,
those expire
but,
after the game.
Technically, you can re-gift them out at...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have the points.
Oh, yeah. Depending on if anyone's gifted it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to give one to the person who needs it.
I'm re-rolling.
Yeah. Impose advantage on roll. Yes. I give it to you. Do the thing where you don't do the thing.
10.
I tried. Oh, that's all I got.
Rolled a 2 and a 3. Dope.
And just
A 10.
moving forward, those don't stack. And if I would have given you damage before he did the redeem thingy, it wouldn't have counted. At least not for this one.
That's
But
why I was like, wait.
so anyone that saves, you're only taking half of this 18 points of acid damage, as again he causes the acid rain to fizzle on your bodies. I would like to cast lessen the effect.
You know, if anyone's got an umbrella,
Next turn,
now would be the
also-
time to use it.
That means these
Alright,
normal
I will
people are
use
like.
this.
That means these normal people are dead.
I'm going
That
to
means
cast
like all the normies are dead around us because there's no way they're
Absorb
surviving. this.
Element.
No, you watch as he is like using his reaction to cause the blood to acidify on y'all specific. It's not
Yeah.
like the rain's just becoming acid. He's
So I
Wait.
can't absorb it.
Mm-hmm.
His reaction?
yeah,
So can I absorb this element?
of acid to lessen it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I will use a second level spell slot to absorb element. To again lessen the damage. Hooray! Also, I get extra damage on my next turn if I punch him.
Nice. Do you get acid damage?
Yes. So it might not be effective. We will see.
But yeah, you use your reaction to use absorb elements and lessen that even more by half. Whose turn is it? Is it
His.
the top of the turn? Okay.
That's why I was asking. It's his reaction that's doing this.
Yeah. He is going to attempt to touch Mazera. Does a 16 hit?
yes.
Okay. Same thing as when he did it on Klugel. He touches out to you, and you take 13 points of cold damage, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay. 13.
You all watch as kind of like a shock goes over Mazera's body, and she is paralyzed for a minute. You can make a saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So the next turn you'll miss your action, but you can make a save to try and break free of this paralysis, unless something
I
happens.
took 13 damage.
Yes.
Bezra not looking too good.
She's like, we should have left the wedding. That's the end of his turn. Top of it is Jashida.
Yeah. Pissed off that he hurt Mazera. Sheeta's gonna go attack him with let me see, her bite attack,
Woofy woof bite bite.
and I have advantage because of pack tactics.
Nice.
Nat 20 with a +5, so 25.
Yep. Roll that crit damage, baby.
Okay, so how do I do crit damage?
It should take whatever your next roll is and automatically crit it. So as long as
If
you're-
not-
Well, I
if
don't
not-
have a bite on D&D Beyond. I just gotta go with this sheet I have in front of me. It's 2d6 plus 3 pierce damage.
go
That'd
to the
It would double it.
dice on the side and do I guess 4d6 and then
Yeah, it'd
add
be
your
4.
proficiency once. Proficiency modifier once.
So 10, so 13.
13 damage. And this is piercing, you said?
I think so. Wait, no.
Yeah.
No, so I have a feature. It says it's Primal Strike. It says starting at 6th level, your attack in beast form count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance immunity.
So
So it's a magic bite.
Magical piercing damage.
Okay. Gappy.
So yeah, Zashida kind of like gives them a loud growl, snarl before leaping at him and taking a bite out of him.
Oh, okay. Any bonus actions?
Oh, also, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 13 Strength saving throw or be knocked prone with my bite attack.
Okay. Uh, 21, not nat.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's still standing.
Okay.
But he does got a nice wolfy wolf on his arm. Just gnawing on it.
Nibble, nibble.
Zashida,
Yeah.
can I have you make a Constitution save?
14?
So you watch as you bite into this lich, you kind of like gnaw into him really good. And, this acid kind of like bubbles out from inside of his veins and, it kind of like erupts onto you and you feel the acid like burning into your mouth. And you take 7 points of acidic damage.
She's still gonna hold on.
Okay.
And just imagine Zashida, you taste terrible.
You don't taste like dream pies. Next is Klugel.
Alrighty then. I am gonna punch him. Big surprise.
Nice.
Okie dokie. Do I have advantage? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Because that was almost bad.
He's preoccupied with a puppy and Mazera at the moment.
He's getting punched. 21 to hit. For 8 plus 1d6 acid if it'll hurt him. Plus 3, so 11 total if the acid does hurt him. And then another punch, again a 21, for 10. So a total of 21 or 18 if the acid does not hurt him. Does it look like the acid's hurting him?
No, he looks like he's enjoying the acid a little bit.
No, fine.
Ass.
Ass.
Mazera, can I have you make a con save at the end of your turn to see if you could break free of this paralysis.
Okay. That now or
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes!
Well, nat 20.
Sweet. So you kind of like snap out of this paralysis, and it's kind of like time sped up for you a little bit, because now you see that like Zashida's biting down on this thing. It's kind of like you like blacked out for a second. But yeah, you can move on your next turn. Milo.
Okay. I'm gonna. There's still one spot, one side of them that's open, correct? Well, actually, how? Without telling me, how bad are you feeling? They're messing.
Me?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Oof. Let's see.
All right, then Milo's gonna move, closing the 15 feet. To kind of close the gap, getting behind Mesra. He's gonna put his hand on her shoulder. Hold on there. And then, as he says that, she gets 15 points of healing.
Okay.
Right.
From the lay on hands. And then Milo is going to move. I don't think there's anything we can do to like help this. Because I can't do that. It's an action. Yeah. Milo's just gonna move into position in the open spot to kind of like box the lich in,
Okay.
and then is gonna stand at the ready.
Okay, okay. Top of his turn. Okay. Which one do I want to use? Can I have you all make a con save? Con save. Yeah, there we go. 20. Good.
And
6.
18. Google stepped away.
Everyone takes either full or half of this, depending on if they got 18 or higher. And it is 18 necrotic damage.
I take none.
Zera's down.
Okay. You watch as this necrotic energy erupts out of this lich and bursts out. Mazera goes down. Everyone else still looking good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, fine's a relative term, but I'm still standing.
Sweet. So, Mazera, I don't know if you know, but we're doing secret rolls for what's it called?
Saves.
For the saves. So, do you have
Where?
actual dice?
I do.
Okay. Is it handy by chance?
I have it right here and ready.
Okay. So when it comes to your turn, I'll just have you roll your real dice, and then just you can message me on Discord what the number is.
Okay.
Okay. So Lucy's attack. Next is Sashida. So you watch as this energy erupts into you again, familiar from his first attack, and Mazera goes down next to you, and you're wolf biting on him still. Sashida?
He is muted.
Oh.
Sorry, I was talking with the little child. Okay, so... How far is Mazera from me?
She would have been, like...
Right next to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn back into my human self, as an action. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
At 3rd level.
Okay. And you watch as the Lich looks at you and smiles because he sees what you're trying to do. And he casts Counterspell.
Oh, you bitch.
No biggie. It's no biggie.
And I need you to spell. You said 3rd level?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just watch it fizzle out.
Cool.
Next up is Klugel.
Alright, so our friend Mazera is still down, right?
Yes.
She needs some health back in her body.
Put the blood back in her body,
Needs
please.
Her
I
blood
can-
back in her body.
I mean,
Not this
does it, have,
whatever.
does it have to be her? I'm gonna cast Aid
Okay.
at 2nd level because that's the highest I can cast it.
Son
And all my teammates gain 5 health. Congratulations, the 3 of you.
And it's real.
Yay.
Right? It's not.
It's it raises their max and gives them 5
Okay. There we go.
for 8 hours. So your top is increased by 5 for 8 hours, and you get 5 right now. And then I will use my defensive field to give myself also 5,
Okay.
and that's my turn. And I'm also out of defensive fields. We should kill this thing.
Mazera, you get 8 assistance, and you wake up on the ground. You're currently like on the ground still, but you're roughing it.
Right.
Would you like to unprone and stand up for half your movement, or?
Yes.
Okay. So you stand back up. What would you like to do next?
I think I'm going to use a potion of greater healing.
Okay. If you use it as your action, you can just do the full amount and then also add that proficiency or the plus whatever at the end. If you do it as a bonus, you have to roll for it.
What would be full if I use it as an action?
Let me look at potion of greater healing. 2 seconds. So it would be a maximum of
4d4 plus 4.
20 hit points.
Alright, I'm gonna use it as my action.
Okay. So you watch as Mazera gets up. She pulls out this vial of a potion, and she just starts to like drink it really carefully, making sure she's getting like every drop. And yep, you regain 20 more hit points.
Right. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. And you don't have any bonus actions.
Or actually, I do have a bonus action. I can do. Where is it? I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon as my bonus action.
Okay, and as soon as you summon it, what does it look
An axe.
like? Okay, so this axe appears next to this lich, and you can roll to attack with spiritual weapons don't get advantage. You can roll to attack this lich.
Okay. That's not getting anywhere. So
So it
2
goes to
plus
swing,
6.
and the lich kind of like looks at it, kind of moves out the way in time. Milo.
Yeah, we gonna hit this thing.
Okay.
Just sorry, I'm double checking something. I keep losing it on my thing. So theoretically, I can divine smite twice if I land both hits, correct?
Yes, because Divine Smite is free action.
And I just have to use 2 spell slots.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Swinging the hammer.
Go for it.
Rolled a nat 1, so I'm gonna use lucky and re-roll that guy. Which do I get advantage on this or no? I don't know who he attacked last because we got him boxed in, but that's
I think it was me, wasn't it?
I think he attacked everyone as a group.
His last attack attacked everyone, so the only one getting advantage now is the person flanking him, or like behind him, which I think was you, Milo.
it
Because
wasn't.
everyone else was like in front of him
Okay.
before you kind of closed the gap.
All right. I'm gonna roll with advantage on that. 19 to hit on the first swing.
Would that be your first swing? Because you already rolled one?
Okay. Well. All right. Well, I rolled a nat 1, so I'll re-roll. So
Okay,
I'll
okay.
roll a second.
19 hits him.
Okay. And then, do you want me for the second one? Do you want me to just? Are we just re-roll? Am I rolling with advantage on this, or just want me to roll one more die, and that'll be for the quote-unquote first swing?
No, the 19 counts for your first swing. So you still get
Okay.
another advantage one if you are going to
Okay.
attack him again.
Yeah, we doing that. 20.
One hits as well, and then roll double smites and then double damage if you are doing.
Yup. Okay, so we're. Well, I'm gonna pack all the d8s as one.
Okay.
So then the first is going to be 10 points of magic. 11, so 21 points of magical bludgeoning damage, and then let me make sure we're going to use it at first level and at second level.
Okay.
So make sure I get my math right here. There's so many fucking d8s. There's gonna be so many fucking d8s. So it's 3d8 for the first swing, and then 48 for the second swing, for a total of 7d8.
Okay.
So many goddamn. I see a couple ones there. 2 ones in that. That's gross. 27 points of radiant damage. So altogether, that is 48 points of damage.
Okie dokes. Let's see. And are you bonus action anything?
I do not have a bonus action worth a damn other than to push, but I can't really push him anywhere right now.
Okay.
He's kind of boxed in.
So, top of the order, I need everyone to make a wisdom save.
At 20.
Okay.
Solid
15?
7.
14.
So anyone that did not get 18 or higher will take 21 points, and anyone higher than that will take 10 points as the acid blood on your bodies, or as the blood on your bodies acidifies again. And he does that.
Boy.
Um,
Zashida is not looking too good.
Nice. So he is going to wickedly grin. You shall all perish today. And yep, he's gonna touch Zashida. And does a 27 hit.
Yes.
No, it doesn't
So-
hit. I'd be like, what?
So is the acid? Is that not him doing that, or is that an environmental thing? Like what?
It's him doing it.
Yeah, it's him doing it.
Okay.
But I can only do, like, last turn I couldn't do it because I used my reaction, the counter spell. And then this turn, well, because the
okay.
blood's, like, actively on you, you could just, like, I choose now. What did you say you rolled? For your con
What?
save?
I had to make a con save.
Oh, no, I gotta roll damage. Okay. So you take 20 points of cold damage, and then I need you to make...
Oh, yeah, she's down.
Oh,
She
God.
is
She
down.
can't even make a con save because the girl's dead.
It's a death save instead.
Oh, no. So that ends his turn, and Queen, I need you to message me your death
Yep.
save. So you watch as he goes to do like the same thing he's done to Mazerat and Klugel, and Zashida just like drops to the ground. I was really tired at the beginning of this, and then now I'm not so tired. It's probably because I'm trying to kill people, but... Thank you, Hunty. Is this an old message, the one that you first sent me? Yeah, that's old. Next up is Klugel. You watch as he kind of like singles out Zashida, and then she goes to the ground.
Yep. Kadoke. I'm going to cast my final aid to give everybody except Milo health, because I need health this time. Sorry, Milo. So, you, Mazera and Zashida gain a sweet 5 health. I gain 5 health because I need it. And that's my action.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna see if I can do anything. I don't think I can, Seth. Action, 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 action,
that meme?
action. Yeah, I made it a while ago. You guys didn't notice it.
I'm done.
For those of you who want to look, it's in the Curse of Strahd meme page. Anyway, that's my last second level spell too, so no more heals out of me, unless they're really bad heals.
Okay.
That's my turn. I give you the health. You guys do the damage.
She's just coughing up blood.
Live!
Do you wait? You were in Yo, you wild shaped. You wild shaped. Never
Yeah,
mind.
she wild shaped to a direwolf, bit onto the lich, and then shaped back into herself to try and help Mazera, but then her
Mazera.
spell got counter spelled, and then she was just looking there like, hey.
Well,
Does your damage carry over from wild shape? Or am I thinking of polymorph?
It's a separate
No, it's
one.
the same. But
Is it?
depending on how much health she had as Zashida, because she took a lot of damage before she wild shaped, and she also took a lot of damage after she turned back to herself. So,
Okay.
Mazera.
Right, she's going to use Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Zashida.
Okay. And he looks at you and he's like, well played.
That's 3d8 plus 8, so 19 health.
Okay.
And then she's going to, as a bonus action, attack with her spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I don't suppose a 10 hits.
No, that misses. Spiritual weapon.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Milo.
Okay. Spin the hammer.
Okay.
So is Zashida's on the other side of me, correct?
It's like you
Or
freaking lich, and then Mazera, and to the either right or left of her is Zashida.
okay. So his back's not to me.
No. I mean, yeah, you're still flanking him. Or you're still behind him.
Okay. So I roll with advantage.
Wait, no, you're flanking him now because his attention's on Zashida. Just regular roll, sorry. Klugel's flanking.
Okay. $23 to hit.
Is flank the right word? Flank's just like at the side, right? Klugel's behind him, you're flanking him. 23
Flanking?
hits, yes.
Flanking would be directly behind him. The only person who's allowed to hit him from the side. Well, that. 11 damage on the first swing,
Okay.
and then a 20 on the second swing to hit,
20 hit.
and then that will be 10 more points of damage, so total of 21 points of damage.
Okay. And those are no smites?
Yeah, no smites. No smites on those.
Okie dokie. Any bonus actions? Oh wait, you said you just had a shot. Okay, Milo.
Mm-hmm.
The jury has convened. What is your verdict? For those that don't know, because I am the judgy DM, the verdict is the players, the PCs, choosing how the opponent dies.
Oh, dude, I was so
Oh,
fucking
thank
confused. I'm not gonna
God.
lie to you. I was like, do not fucking tell me somebody redeemed some shit to fuck me right now.
Yes!
The jury convened. I need you to roll a d12, and behind you,
The only one that
Cthulhu
fucked you today
arrives.
was Mixa when he had that pie.
Yeah, I
in the
saw
back of your-
that. I saw that. I didn't realize that. I was so fucking confused.
Oh,
and I
love
looked
that.
in your chat and I was like, that
It's my favorite. It's
motherfucker.
my favorite new
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I almost
point
spun
redeem.
around. I almost was like, man, had it not been him, like if it had been one of the other two, it would have been.
NPCs killed. Freaking Tyrant Milo just like, "Rah, Warpath." But yes, how do you kill him?
I just bring the. I literally just bring that hammer. I crush him. Like I kind of do like a half, like jump, and like just try to bring the hammer down like from his like on the Lich's shoulder, and then just try to drive him into the dirt.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to like essentially just plant this fucking thing.
Okay.
Like I want to bury the head of my hammer like a solid 10 inches into the mud.
Copy.
Now that we defeat the main
You
enemy, this time
crash down on him. You hear a sickening as his skull like cracks underneath the weight of your weapon. And this lich is dead. The rain kind of like dies out from blood back to just regular rain, as you're still covered in blood, more or less. But
Are we
It's-
still feeling like that burn of the acid too?
it's it's.
I
like
mean,
if you
it's not
got
like
hit
hurting it, but you can
Yeah.
feel it. Like you get a
The
burn, like
rain's
you.
like helping a bit more than the blood was, if that's any constellation.
Ugh.
And as you look over to the wedding area, all of the people in attendance, including the groom and the bride, just kind of like wisp away in ethereal, spiritual, just like vapor. And all their bodies vanish.
Lich is
body's
just
still
like.
there.
The lich. Loot the lich.
So she is just like.
Milo doesn't even pick the hammer up from like implanting it in this fucking thing. Milo just like essentially just falls back on his ass and is just winded.
I would like to attempt to recall knowledge on liches.
Roll a
Like-
history or arcana check, whichever is higher.
Do you think this was Strahd's doing?
11. Neat.
Hey,
You haven't encountered a lich before in your time. However, you know that they can be very evil, aligned, undead creatures that typically never do anything good. You haven't seen a good lich. You haven't seen a lich. So probably the first lich you have seen wouldn't be good. But yes. Everything
Alright,
you've heard of
these are
liches is just like terrible bad things.
Alright. Just as bad as the stories. Well, let's see what's on his dead body.
Roll a group investigation check if you are looting.
Let's do it.
4.
7.
Mazra's like, I don't know.
5.
Oh gosh. What are y'all doing?
I guess I'll handle investigation.
We're all pretty beat up from this lich fight, so.
Just give me a
I'm gonna-
rose.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh my gosh.
I did
We're
say
all
I felt I
doing
sat back on my ass. 6.
So collectively,
I mean, it's a fucking lich. I doubt this thing is really holding much.
yeah. Y'all are able to find, aside from a sum of gold adding up to 100 gold pieces,
So 25 gold pieces each.
the lich is wearing a, make sure I call this right by its name, a mantle of spell resistance. It seems to have an amulet of health on it. And what's the last item? So let's give it 4 seconds.
Wait, you said amulet of health,
Mantle
Cloak.
of spell resist.
Of spell resistance.
mantle of spell resist.
And there's one other item it has on it, but you all do not know what it is offhand without getting better attuned with it.
What does it look like?
Was it mantle of what? Anti
Mantle of spell resistance.
spell resistance.
this is Strahd or not, but
Okay,
God.
it's some type of gem, like
Color?
gem, G-E-M.
No, color. Like the color of the gem.
Oh, blue. Light blue.
Don't. Why are you giving me how dare I ask that question?
It's not like, you know, a ruby gem that is like magical item gem, but it's light blue.
Okay. What? Okay. I'm just fucking. I wanna know what the
Don't
hell I'm
trust
looking
it. I
at.
say we destroy it.
Do we have a
Yeah,
loot?
I say we destroy it too.
Do we have a loot thing? Should we make a little loot
Identify.
character? Should we make a? Can we get a loot character so we can just put all the loot on him?
Can we just give me a sec?
Well, I'm saying. In the,
I use divine sense to detect good or evil.
Um,
Looking at the gem, is it glowing any sort of way?
like for good or evil? No, it's just magical.
I don't trust it.
It doesn't have. If I can get a rest, I can kind of use a little detect magic. Kind of a little tapped out on the old, a little bit on the spells, but I can use a detect magic and kind of figure out what it is.
all right.
But
We get like a little handout that we can edit, so we can just throw the loot in there for when we don't.
Oh, I just kind of chucked it in my notes, but yeah.
I was just saying, so that way we all remember what we got. Because what is it? We had the amulet and the mantle and all that.
Amulet of health, mantle of spell resistance, and gem. Blue.
Question mark. Gem?
Magic blue gem.
So what do you all want to do now?
Right.
I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back and cure my own wounds.
Is there Milo is glancing around. Everybody who was in attendance is gone, right? They all just kind of vanished.
Yeah, and then the only people present are the people at the festival grounds.
So not the people who were at. So the wedding with. Okay.
And Zashida looks over
Is-
to the group. Didn't I say we should have gotten going?
I'm like, yeah, of course, and I give her a pat on the back and also give her a cure wounds. Of course, yeah, have 10
Is
health.
the is like everything that was set up still there?
Like the seats and things, yeah.
The
There's
seats, the
flowers,
chair-
withering flowers
okay.
and stuff.
Where is Lady fucking what's her name?
Lady St.
Think
Cloud.
she's gonna get
No,
blood on
Lady
her
M.
outfit?
I don't fucking know. I don't know how she gets down. She's reading tarot cards and shit.
Oh, Madam Eva.
Madam Eva. There it was, not Lady M. My bad.
Lady Demetrius.
I was thinking of Lady Morgan Galalalala.
Organtha la 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 la.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, pie.
Oh my god.
I'm not even fucking with. I ain't even fucking with you right now. I don't even care. Your character goes crazy. Your character goes crazy.
Can't go crazy on a robot.
Yeah, you can. Still got a fucking brain in there somewhere.
Think-
Milo
That's what you
just
think.
kind of slowly gets to his feet and then wrenches the hammer out of the ground and then puts it on his back.
Make a perception check, everyone.
Re-rolling.
6.
Jesus, 5.
Like we don't see shit apparently.
Zashida, roll with advantage.
$18.
Okay. Takes you a minute, but you start to hear like a soft clap off in the distance. And as you look over, you see the visage of Strahd kind of standing, not by the festival area, obviously, but it's almost like he watched you all do your thing.
How far away is he from us?
He likes to watch.
Bit far, about 50, 60 feet.
Don't
Which
do
is
it.
why it took
And
so long to
Zashida
realize.
Oh,
is
hang on.
clenching her teeth right now.
Wait, is he 50 or 60 feet?
I'll say 60.
60. Cool. Does he start glowing?
Well, yeah.
So he's glowing from, like, so he's actually there.
Yes.
We have company.
I mean, I assume if one
Milo
was
kind of
tagged-
like has his hand, like has his fingers ready to snap, like he's kind of winding up a sacred flame, and is really debating it.
Might I suggest a tactical retreat? As I start like walking the opposite way of Strahd.
He watches you like pathetically attempt to put up a fight, like stature. And you watch as like 6 dire wolves come out of this mist from around him, and he stares at you, specific Milo, as if he's daring you to try something.
Milo, tactical retreat.
Milo.
And the
We
only
need to back
area
off.
between you and him is the fairgrounds behind you, where there's a bunch of people not even realizing that there's dire wolves like a couple of feet away from them. And they're just like, doing their merry thing.
Milo stares at Strahd for a good long while.
I am.
Before going from like him about to snap his fingers to just kind of making a fist, lowering his hand, realizing this would be a very poor time to engage.
We'll get there. We'll get there. A little more
Everyone's
well-rested.
like,
This robot barely has
acid
arms.
blood on me.
But yeah, Zashida's just like, Milo, get going.
Let's roll. There'll be time for this in the future.
Milo goes to that. Is the lanky guy? He disappeared too, right?
Yeah, he disappeared as well.
Cool. Is that carriage got a horse?
No, it's a stationary carriage. It's like a changing room.
Well, I mean, Zashida can turn to a horse.
You made it sound like it was a carriage that was like there as her changing.
But
So it's like
stationary
less of
one.
that-
It doesn't have like wheels or anything. It's just like,
Oh.
So it's
Can
a shed.
wheels be put
Something
on
like a
it?
trailer.
So it's a shed or a trailer.
yeah, it's more like a shed or a trailer.
Okay. Call it what it is. I'll be calling it a carriage. All right.
It's shaped
Just
like a carriage.
shape it like a
giant
fucking.
pumpkin.
I'm gonna shape it like a goddamn broken down thing when I just start hitting it with that hammer for no reason other than frustration.
You're making me
hit
grass.
You're making me hit inanimate objects. Are you happy? Are you happy?
Milo, who are you talking to?
I'm talking with my god right now. Please hold.
Or Milo.
So as
Why
he's
can't
standing there, you hear like the sounds of the festival grounds, and people are like laughing and having a good time. What would you all like to do?
We're backing off.
Retreat into the festival. Sounds
Yep.
like a place to go.
Would you like to roll a stealth check? See if you can blend in with the crowd.
That is the goal. I will be doing that at disadvantage because I'm in heavy armor.
19 for stealth.
Okay.
An 11.
12.
Okay.
Tempted sticky robot.
Sorry, I got a disadvantage. Gonna re-roll. Gonna re-roll that disadvantage roll.
Just re-roll the whole thing,
Yep.
or like I guess roll twice again. Oh my gosh.
2.
What is Milo doing? I guess
Well,
Milo's just, like,
in
giving
defense,
you a stare.
Milo is tired
Milo's
and does
like-
not fucking care
Milo's
right
like,
now.
you know I'm leaving, but I'm watching your ass as
I was
he
about to
walks
say,
into the
we're all trying to
fairgrounds.
stealth.
It's
He never
like,
takes his eye
I'm
off
not-
Strahd. Just
He's
walks
like,
backwards.
there's no hiding a halfling paladin. Like, there's no.
He's tiny.
Well, what I mean is, as far as like stealth is concerned, he's still
Oh,
in
yeah.
chainmail, and he's just got a shield and a warhammer on him. Like, yeah, there's not. Huh?
Switch
Where
on
the world?
Warforged.
It's like,
I mean,
where's
I know, like,
Waldo?
put a
But
cloak
Waldo
on.
was a big purple. Like, I don't even know.
As the group is going into the crowd, Zashida does turn back to Strahd, and she doesn't know if he can hear her or not, but she goes under her breath. Try your hardest, Strahd. You won't win.
If only I had minor illusion. Just leave an illusion of a middle finger as we leave.
It's
I
just
don't know,
like
I don't know.
the middle finger straight to the face. And on that note, as you all enter into the fairgrounds, the mist kind of like seeps in, obscuring your vision of Strahd as you get closer into the fairgrounds. And yeah, that is where we are going to end this episode.
Can we take a short rest right here?
Roll a survival check.
Ooh,
All
All
of
of
us?
us?
Yes.
18.
Just average it.
9.
11.
Okay. Yeah. Through a bit of effort, you're able to find an area that's not too out in the open to kind of rest up and like bandage yourself and lick your wounds if you need to do any rolls and things of that nature.
Average of 12. That's not terrible. And yes, I will be doing as much short resting as I can. Shoot, what are artificers?
I'm gonna go ahead and use 3 of my hit die.
What, you can use up to half, correct?
For short.
Technically, use all of them.
Oh, well, that's what I'm doing then, because I am in pain.
Well, I thought you could only use half per short.
No,
That's
you're allowed. Now, for a short rest. Now, I might be incorrect, but as far as I'm aware, a short rest you can use however many you want. Because those hit die, like as soon as you use the hit die, they're gone, and they only get reset after a long rest. So if you want to use only one hit die, you can do that, or you can use all of them in one go.
Yep, one or more hit dice up to the character's maximum hit dice. Alright, I'll do it then.
Okay.
Oh,
So as you all are taking this short rest,
give me the blood.
things start to fade out, and we are going to raid because that's what we do.
Alright, somebody wrote down the items we got, right? So I don't...
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still have them in case y'all, brain fart or whatever.
Just making sure we all got some. We'll divvy them out next time.
We're gonna raid Super Dog, who is a fellow Osprey gamer. He's currently playing Hunt, which I've seen it played a couple of times, so this should be fun. Make sure if you have the old chatty emotes to put some of that cactars in the chat. Hype them up a little bit. Say hi. Say how you doing. How you doing, beautiful. But yeah, good session, and we will see you all the next time. Also, make sure you come by tomorrow for dungeon talk, because I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
Come by, give us advantage. We're
Yeah.
It's like a really ominous Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood chit chat that we're gonna have, but but yeah, here we go. Here we go. See you next time. In 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hooray!
Okay, Beth.